Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire Cavalli and I am a clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist. So today I'm going to talk about the interpretation of the menopause. So I'm not going to explain the 4 different stages and what they entail. This is literally the meaning of menopause as part of a natural cycle of being a woman. So if I first start with the cultures of the world, if we go to eastern side of the world and Japan in particular, they have a word called konenki. I hope I've pronounced that correctly, which means renew, season, energy. So they see it as a very much natural process and part of being a woman. And it's just something that naturally happens as we age and become wiser, and we've had our children, if of course we can and want to have children. So with being a woman, we will go through our menstrual cycle and we'll go through the different processes of what happens to our body and our mind as our hormones begin to fluctuate and change. But our interpretation in the Western world of the menopause is very different to that of the Eastern world. So I see a lot of negativity in terms of I'm getting older, I've got creaky muscles and joints, I feel tired all the time, I'm not sleeping very well. Now, I'm not diminishing the fact that those symptoms, which are psychological, some of them, some are vasomotor, like your hot flashes and night sweats, then they are going to obviously have an impact on you as a woman. But there are so many things that we can do to help ourselves during this life cycle of what it means in the menopause. So have we, when we look at ourselves in terms of our lifestyle, are we actually contributing to having a worse experience? Therefore, our interpretation of the menopause is going to leave us feeling in a place of scarcity, fear, and dread. Now, I personally am perimenopausal, and I know that when I do get to that certain stage of my cycle completely finishing, quite honestly, I am really looking forward to it. I know some people mourn that part of no longer being able to have children or no longer having that choice, and that's an individual thing. But I'm really happy with the fact that I was able to have my 3 children, and now as I go through these stages of my life, I know that what's going to come is going to be my opportunity for growth, for change, for opportunity of creativity. You know, I am interpreting this part of being a woman as something beautiful and wonderful, and my wisdom. I have 2 girls. They are twins who are 10, and it's my duty as a mum to not put the fear of God in them, quite honestly. I don't want them growing up, getting to their late 40s, or whenever their menopausal experience starts, because it's all different, and that will be covered in another video. I want them to realise that if they start making the right lifestyle choices at a young age, it will carry them through to have a better experience of the menopause. Now, nothing is ever guaranteed, and I'm not going to sit here and say, I guarantee to you, if you change your lifestyle habits, you will sail through the menopause. That's not what this is about. It's making those choices so that we can choose to adjust our lifestyle choices to have a healthier, better, and more positive experience. So things like smoking, that is going to be a massive contributory factor to having a worse experience because of the impact it has on our bodies and what it acts to do, disrupting the estrogen levels and cortisol, which is your stress hormone, in your menopause experience. Also, alcohol, how disruptive that is anyway when you are drinking it and you don't get very good sleep. The food we take into our bodies, or should I say eat? Let's talk proper English, Claire. So when we don't have a nutritious meal, this is going to come out in a variety of different ways. We're going to feel lethargic, maybe bloated, Then you've got things such as your sex life. Now, that isn't a lifestyle habit per se, but all these other things will have an impact on things like that as well. And then it will probably create worse stress, anxiety. Then not being active will also have an impact on your sleep, your motivation, your focus, and also your sex life. Everything, it's like a cycle of this part of your life, and it is a domino effect. So if something is out of kilter, it will impact other aspects and areas of your life. So I am taking the interpretation of the menopause and how I can choose to look at it as an opportunity for me to really look at lifestyle changes if I need to. And then, of course, I will choose to look at it as a positive thing because I've come to this stage in my life where I've gathered a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. I have a lot of resources within me, and it's my chance to make that change if I choose to do so. Now, I would love to know in the comments how you're navigating your menopause, and if you have taken the time, of course, to look at your lifestyle changes and how you actually interpret the menopause. I'd love to know. Keep everything as positive as possible because we're here to empower everybody who's going through the menopause. And of course, I would love to hear any words of wisdom from you too. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.